Yo, what is up, folks? MTG here, and I've got a spicy one here that I've been cooking up. Urborg's on Arena, thanks to Pioneer Masters, and that's kind of unlocked some new bits and pieces for my favorite archetypes in seasons past. I've played this deck in black-green quite a bit on the channel, but one thing in particular that I like doing in general is using Dread Presence. Dread Presence, when a swamp you control enters, you choose one, you draw a card, and you lose 1 life, or it deals 2 damage to any target and you gain 2 life. This is like a neat interaction, but it's obviously a lot better when oil lands at swamps, and now we have Urborg on Arena. Okay, that's all very well and cool. When you have Dread Presence in play, and oil lands at swamps, you can use Scapeshift and kind of Scapeshift combo your opponent. It's like, that's pretty cute, and that's unlocked. And then we're fitting this into a Seasons Past shell. Seasons Past, 6 mana sorcery, return any number of cards with different mana values from your graveyard to your hand. Put Seasons Past on the bottom of your opponent's library, and in particular, another card that's been unlocked for Seasons Past from Pioneer Masters, we've got Dark Petition. And this is kind of the linchpin, or these are kind of the linchpin of the combo, because 3 black, search your library for a card, put that card into your hand, then shuffle, however, as Spell Mastery. So if there are 2 or more instant sorceries in your graveyard, add black. And so, like, we get to use Dark Petition to find Seasons Past, cast a Seasons Past, get back the Dark Petition, and then we get to recycle a bunch of cards with different amount of mana costs. We obviously need to get to this point in the game, but Dark Petition also is like a pretty awesome tutor. Getting the mana back means like getting like wrath effects, getting like cool like niche pieces of interaction, or getting our Scapeshift combo, or in fact the Dread Presence to kind of unlock this. Really good, and then later on we can Seasons Past, get everything back, reuse it again. And that's just kind of like the top of the shell. And then go down to the bottom, we have 4 Fatal Push here, alongside 2 Thoughtseize and 4 Duress. I'm going to be playing this deck in best of 1 ranked. However, if you're playing best of 3, it might be worth swapping these back out and going 2 Duress and 4 Thoughtseize. Just the prevalence of aggro decks on the arena ladder, I'm playing it this way around. But you get a bunch of hand disruption here, which is awesome. You get to strip your opponent's hand versus either combo decks or control decks to kind of make room for you to get into your Seasons Past stuff and keep recycling these so they never get to keep cards in hand, which is excellent. And then also we have the great removal of Fatal Push, and then 1 copy of Blood Chief's Thirst. Thirst is an interesting one here. Obviously it's early creature removal, but later on you can use the Kicker to destroy Planeswalkers, and it's a 1 mana thing that you can get back with Seasons Past that destroys Planeswalkers. So it's kind of nice, but it's also, again, early insurance versus aggro. The last 1 drop we have is Scrabbling Claws. 1 mana artifact. It says tap target player exiles a card from their graveyard. Normally we're going to be targeting our opponent, of course, who want our graveyard very much online. Is some nice hate, incidental hate for like Phoenix, and enable something we'll get to in a moment. But 1 sacrifice to exile a card from a graveyard, draw a card. Okay, so your opponent gets to choose with the first ability. If you want something specific, you can get that way. There's like some graveyard hit in the main deck, but it also enables crime. And the reason this is important is if we go up to 3 here, we've got Free Strider Lookout. You're like, okay, yeah, like Seasons Past is like 6 mana. You're talking about using like a 5 mana spell, and sure you get the 3 black, but you like need a lot of mana to do this. You also need a lot of lands in play for Scapeshift. Free Strider Lookout is a kind of like cheat for that. 3 mana, 3 through the reach. Whenever you commit a crime, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a land card from among them onto the battlefield tapped. Rest of the bottom of your library once per turn, but with Scrabbling Claws, and obviously we've got a bunch of cards that target your opponent's stuff. This is a free activation for no mana, so you can do it immediately on turn 3 when you play the Free Strider Lookout and immediately start getting lands. But then it was also like a way to activate on your opponent's turn at instant speed and do some pretty awesome stuff. And then, obviously, we have lands of swamps. If you've got Dread Presence in play without combo stuff, this is still just, like, getting you a lot of value. And, obviously, just getting you a massive mana advantage, which you can channel into Dark Petition and Seasons Past. Super awesome. We also do have 1 other crime card that I'll mention here as well. We have 1 copy of Gist of the Hellraiser here. 3 black for a 4/4 with a ward 2, and your opponent has to pay 2 life. Skeletons and zombies, get plus 1 and menace. But whenever you commit a crime, create 2 tapped 2/2 zombie rogue creature tokens. Again, once a turn, but we can activate on both ours and our opponents, and it's just another like crime threat that can finish your opponent off quite quickly. So we have some cool crime stuff that Scrabbling Claws enables, as well as being incidental graveyard hate in the main deck. At 2, we've got some more removal. Bit of Triumph, go for the throat, Sheoldred's Edict. Just a range here. Edict, of course, doesn't target, which is like not great for crime, but is particularly good at being able to answer Planeswalkers alongside the like Blood Chief's Thirst here, and also very good versus the Auras deck, which is more popular in the format. Other 3 drops, obviously we've got the Free Strider Lookout, we've got 2 copies of Dryad of the Elysian Grove. You can see where this is going. This, alongside the Urborg, turns all your lands into swamps. for Dread Presence, and then also lets you get a mana advantage in play by playing extra lands. We are playing a total of 27 lands in the deck, and so we will have extra land drops to kind of like be able to play off the Dryad. Not to mention, Seasons Pass will be always be able to get back a 0, whether that's like a Fable Passage that goes to the graveyard or something similar like that. So pretty nice. Also means you can recycle mana lands if your opponent ends up killing them. And then lastly, Go Blank, another kind of like a bit of a bullet in the Seasons Pass package, but in the main deck here, being able to kind of like mind drop your opponent, but then also have the upside of exiling your opponent's graveyard is super, super nice. And again, we can recycle with Seasons Pass versus control decks, or decks that will use the graveyard, and just exile again and again and again. At 4, we've got 3 copies of Dread Presence, which is many. I thought a little bit about putting like a Calitas in here, and one thing about this deck is that it does get clunky towards the top end. And so, hey, something to be aware of. So 3 copies of Dread Presence, 1 Extinction Event as a kind of wrath that you can use one-sided, depending on if you've got even or odd creatures, or your opponent does. And then 1 copy of Scapeshift here. Only 1 Scapeshift, but of course we can tutor for it, and also we can get it back with Seasons Pass. Cool. A lot of the time, like I'm calling this Season Shift. A lot of the time you're going to be winning with like fair Dread Presence stuff, or just with other beatdown, but we have this tutor for Scapeshift combo plan with the Dread Presence and either Urborg or Dryad of the Elysian Grove. So, seems awesome in the deck here. 2 Dark Petitions, the 1 Gift of the Hellraiser, 1 Seasons Past, and then I wanted 1 6 to get back, and when in doubt, just blow it all up. So 1 copy of 2 Casualties of War. This is a little bit of a fun of, and you could cut this for something lower down the curve if you wanted to, but this is a nice kind of catch-all for everything. 2 black, black, green, green. Choose 1 or more, destroy target artifact, destroy target creature, destroy target enchantment, destroy target land, or destroy target planeswalker. It does everything, and when your Seasons Passing, like, hey, you want a 6-drop to get back with Seasons Pass, Casualty of War is perfect, and you eventually just run your opponent out of permanents. So, hey. Deck is super, super, super sweet, but might be a little tad clunky. Gonna take this into some best of 1 arena ranked and see how we do. And yeah, if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel. Please like, share the video around, all that stuff helps me out a ton. And let's get into some games. Let's see what we got here. Okay, reasonably like diverse hand. We'll keep this. We've got our polar bear in Arlington. Whatever. Polar bear in Austin? Yeah, definitely. Ooh, spirits. I'm gonna make the glade here. Okay. Okay, no, wait, I say spirits, but this is a Yorion. I was thrown by the Hanakawa, so what are we doing? Yeah, I'm happy enough just like progressing lands here. I guess we should sequence in this order. I'll cast Dryad, see what happens here. So I guess these 2 don't cast that. Well, no, yeah, this tap's for white. We still get no more life, it just costs them life. That's okay though. Curious as to what version they are playing. I cast Grappling Claws. At this point, like, I don't want to hold on to this thought. It needs to clear the way for something, but we don't have anything to clear the way for at the moment. The worries are they like have something like Wonder Amp to flash down our next end step, which we don't have a great answer for, at least if in play. When we do cast this, like, we have enough 4-drop things that we want to resolve that, like, hey, let's just have a look, get some information. Okay, so Verdict, Deluge, Teferi, Attica Waste, Very the most powerful card here. The Memory Deluge may be the one we're like most worried about. The Verdict also like very good. Given we have a casualties and we should be able to resolve it, I'm gonna take. This is where I'm like, oh, I wish I did cast this in a couple of times. We know what's going on. This having nothing, I think it might be correct to take the Deluge here, so they don't get to sculpt by hand, or the Teferi, and leave them with the Verdict. We can win over multiple turns. I think that's okay. Stopping them, getting rid of the constant source of card advantage seems like a good choice. Mostly get to Omen here, and then anything could happen. But yeah. We also want to make sure we're exiling cards of Scrabbling Cores so that we can actually get the Memory Deluge out of the graveyard. Like, we activate this. It is tempting to like sack this to draw off to draw a card, but we are in an awkward spot. We may end up having to do that. They're gonna Deluge should be really far ahead. We've kind of drawn nothing. We have a lot of removal in our main deck, which makes us a little susceptible to control. Like, we just have 3 cards in our hand that don't really do anything until they play a Planeswalker, and then this is obviously far off in the future. Yeah, do they exile Teferi? It's maybe worth hanging on with the Deluge coming down. They still have this. We can just get that now. Tricky one. Okay, Joe Presence is sweet. Whatever we play here is not going to be another card we can put on this side of the hand. We'll cast this and try and force him to use some stuff. But if this is a game we win, it's because we're gonna like, yeah. I don't know. The way we win is that this game goes really, really long. We get lands and get to go and do a bunch of Seasons Pass stuff. But that's gonna be really tricky, I think. Yeah. Especially versus the Yorion build of blue-white. You may struggle a little bit. Let's go Swamp. They have commit here. I'm gonna go ahead and just pay the full mana for this. Sure, they're happy enough like getting a 2-for-1 out of the Narset, which is still bad for us, but hey. They're at least in like some kind of similar situation where at the moment we're not playing any creatures out. They kind of may have a bunch of removal in hand, but they have stuff to just be proactive with Yorion, is where this build of blue-white really shines, I think. Of course, we have answers in the deck for Yorion. Be a little careful. Like, we would like to casualties here, but it's a little silly. Ideally, we get to punish like a Yorion turn with that. We can kind of go, they can Yorion, we go like end of turn, Bitter Triumph, and then like they counter the Bitter Triumph, we untap Casualties of War. If we get to sculpt it how we want to. I'm curious if they just jam Yorion here. They will do that. I'm gonna wait till end step. Let them kind of get the draw here. And then we'll go for a bit of Triumph. I'll pay the 3 life. Alright. Nothing there. Ooh, we drew Luck out. Okay. Alright, we'll play this out and pass. There's some stuff going on. Look at it as one way we start to get towards stuff, but they might just be like, I'm not having any of that, I'll verdict here. Casket. Oh, okay. That's an enchantment we can blow up. Alright, we have claws. Only 6 lands. Well, casualties. Let's get committed. Yeah, almost certainly. I think I'm kind of fine with that. I just want to not give them a window here. Artifact, enchantment, lands. Artifact, enchantment, and there's a castle here somewhere, right? This one? Yeah. Let's see what's up. This game looks a little silly. They obviously have a face-up answer here. Like, you want to commit? Okay, no, they're going to absorb it. Thing. Which means they're like saving this commit. They may well... Oh, okay, they have a Wandering Emperor. It might be that we get like Narset memoried at some point here. They're playing a lot of Planeswalkers, but the Orion build can kind of afford to do that.
May your blade strike true.
Dark Petition. Odds on this resolves? No shot. What are we dark petitioning for? We get 4 mana. We're going like black, 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 green. I mean, if this resolves, I guess we get Season Pass and just do it next turn. We can get like Go Blank. I don't hate it. This should not resolve under like any circumstances. They're gonna allow that. They know that we have the commit. We'll have 4 mana. We don't have a land drop, unfortunately. If they didn't have the commit, I'd be like, alright, we'll just go get Season's Pass. But the commit just slows us down so much. This we get to cast this turn, kind of force them to use mana now, reduce the amount of time they have. And then later on, it's like not as big of an investment. We have a Fatal Push here for one of the tokens. We're not dying like super soon. We're going to actually get to use these, which is crazy. Not crazy, but hey. Okay, cool. So they have to commit this. Goes second from the top, and then we'll say go. Oy, oy, oy. This is a situation. Did it go both on the bottom? They still have a verdict. It's going to be a long game is what it's going to be. Well, it might get significantly shorter. I'll try and push this. Sure. I may as well do it now. Offer some weirder timing. 2 unknown cards. So memory, each player shuffles their hand and graveyard into the library and draws 7 cards. If you have a Narset in play, obviously, as the opponent, you can't draw more than 1 card each turn. So they get to draw 7, we get to draw 1. Is not great shakes. We can offer a double block here. Animate Hive. We'll try and attack the Narset. If they make a castle automated token, we try and push the Samurai. We'll try and exile the Orion. Okay, they still have the Unofficial around. What do we got? This should be exiling the commit to memory. Just so we're on the same page. They went 2 on the bottom. Okay. Oh, they have an answer. Okay, that goes through, which implies they don't have an actual cat spell. Maybe they have a removal spell through. Okay. Alright, we get them back. I'm going to play this in green and cast a Scrabbling Course. I made a bit of a mistake here. This should absolutely have exiled that, commit to memory, and I'm worried about it. They did draw an unknown card, and they are still kind of looking to scry for stuff. Could have responded to that, but kind of pointless. There's so many things here. We've got a lot to chew through with the Scrabbling Claws. Both on the bottom. Okay. They know. we have the go blank on top, and we know that we have the go blank on top. This activation doesn't mean a ton. We would like to keep this still in play, but yeah, we can't activate and do that, so we'll go ahead and cast this. There's one thing is that we have to target a card to be able to draw the card off of this. Okay, so discarded 2, graveyard gone. They have Ardent Veil, so we're gonna maybe die to human tokens, but we're kind of clawing it back. And this one's talking about like, hey, this is gonna look like a really scrappy game. It's gonna look really, really silly, and nothing might happen for a while. But we're both kind of top decking. They've been able to filter a lot of cards away with Omen of the Sea. It's really strong. We've got through the Yorion part of the game. They only get more tokens. It is worth at this point, with the mana that we have access to, waiting a moment before we activate this. Okay, we'll go ahead and exile something from our graveyard, which will be a Traveling Clause. Already held. Right, we find a duress. Sure. We need to not die to all these cards. It's the worst time memory deluge I've ever seen. Okay, so we're on 8. They can still make a token out of our turn. We're gonna take 3 here. But oh, do they have enough mana? They do have enough mana there. Pain. Okay, they're gonna veto this. Alright. That's 2 things. They still have mana to cast a lot of Veil here. But we have mana to get rid of this before they can flash it back for 7. We don't want to give them another draw for it. Again, we are currently still dying to these tokens. I know that, but we don't have a lot of recourse. They could have also drawn an answer for this. That would be awkward. They did find a March. March is free. Sure. But no, we don't get to get this back out. Oh. This is one of the worst things they could have drawn for us. Well, given that we had to like get rid of our Scrapping Clause to kind of try and find something to do. We're taking 2 here, not 3. They didn't make anything. They didn't make another token. But they're gonna let's look at the top 4 here. And make a token, and it'll be pretty Jova. Okay. They're gonna prioritize the 2-turn clock, which is fine. They have so much mana they can flash back and have all the interaction they need anyway. Yeah, we just went runner on the lands at the wrong time. Alright, tough. Yeah, rough one. Blue white can be very hard because we have so much like creature interaction in our main deck to deal with the aggro decks. We did nearly kind of like struggle it out. If our like last few, if we had the right, like if we draw the right cards there towards the end, then maybe we can like kind of claw our way back in. Just need to find like Caesar's Past or some more big stuff. This is fine. We'll keep it. Right on the play with green white. Blade Cover Scout. Well, we have this handy dandy Sheoldred's Edict. All pathway on black and cast Lord's Eater. Let's see. I want to prioritize taking like a second creature. Oh, they got double. This is the hand with like double Shram. Okay. We'll take a Shram. If they play Shram, we take Sheltered by. Okay. We have Extinction Event as well. It would do us well if you find a way to answer Shram. This draws in 2 cards. To find a way to answer Shram before we cast the Sheoldred's Edict. Ideally, we want to use the Edict on the expert creature. Shelter by, they like get some protection onto Shram. We have this Extinction Event, that's also possible. We try and make the decisions here. We're like a turn away from that. If we cast this for even, then We're on 13, which is like a lot. I'm gonna try and put up the free strider wall here. We have the Besieger as well. Like our hand is very well suited up. Apart from like, hey, we had a fatal push instead of the extinction event. We've been a bit better shape, but can't complain completely. So we're gonna get hexproof from green here. Okay, bonus Glade Cover Scout. Pass. Oh, that's awkward. Now we want to cast this for odd, but we don't want to cast it for odd. We want to turn off that card draw, so I think we go even and then see how this plays out. It's almost correct like not to cast the Free Strider, but the Free Strider is so good at turning on like our deck. Getting rid of this Ram though does like get rid of all that card draw. So we'll see how this plays out. Let's say go. We're at 13. With this Skrell, they can like tap to let one of these attack through. To start with, it'll be for 1. If they have like flash stuff, then it'll be more. What else we got? I should have come across for 1 here. Okay. Hill Passage is cool, but we kind of want to hold on to. I'm actually going to lead with the Go Blank. This commits a crime. Okay, they went to Flash Enchant onto the Skrelv. Surveil versus the Manland. At this point, we'd rather see more cards. We do have the Fatal Push, but we can kind of, okay, all thin a little bit here. Alright. Passage. We're going to get to Free Strider again anyway. We'll say go. Alright, so they put this on the Skrelv, which like sounds cool, but it means this like the Skrelv's not planning on attacking. And we're gonna end up paying life to deal with it, really. Sentinel's Eyes. Yeah. The one caveat is basically like if we surveilled into a I don't mind. Yeah. We take 2 here, go to 10. We don't want to discard. We're gonna pay the tax here. Grab a swamp. Shaman Mage is like the only instance we want to play the Fatal Passage first. Basically, like if we look out and then decide, oh, actually, we like hit the Underworld. I'll grab Passage in case we draw into cardboard. Alright, we got a second one. So go. Right, this is each opponent. Doesn't trigger these, as I mentioned. Like, this is the one kind of real soul in the deck that doesn't interact well with these. We will hold it for now. Again, like, no reason to commit anything. Swamp will hold on to here and just pass again. And if we draw Presence, obviously we get to start using these to shoot our opponent or draw cards. But we're kind of at the mercy of them drawing into some pretty powerful enchantments. I'm going to say go here. Still holding on to this in the Edict. Okay. Alright. I will play the extra land so that we're still getting like ahead in terms of like Seasons Past stuff. Like we'll be able to at this point kind of full send demonic Dark Petition for Seasons Pact. Alright. At this point we do fire this off. to get rid of one of the hexproof creatures. But Calyx is dangerous. Whenever Calyx or an enchanted creature you control is common damage to the player, you may create a token that's a copy of a non-legendary enchantment you control. And we have to basically block this. The answer. Our turn. Oh, the downside to playing 27 lands in your deck. 2 cards in hand. This is so awkward. Pain. Alpha Authority is really good. Where are we putting this trigger? On itself. Gives this hexproof. Is a big game. This gives them Sentinelize here, but if we now get to Seasons Past, we can get the One Edict back and kind of deal with everything. Okay. This is hexproof here. I'm going to go ahead and search with this. The thing in a way that I wasn't happy to before. Right, they played a land. Have they planned a land out? Alright, no. I'm going to stick to my guns. Take a natural draw step. Okay. Alright. Go ahead. We can animate and double block here, and if they don't play an enchantment, we are forced to make that play. If they... That's not good. We're still forced to make the play, but now we don't have a choice. Now we are dead to top of library. I'm going to take the natural draw step. Five, 9. We've drawn like more than half our lands. What was on top? Alright. 2 pretty long losses there. We both kind of petered out. I would say we got badly flooded both games. Kind of flooded. Like a few draws go a bit differently. We draw like a payoff card there towards the end of either of those. We really get back into it. But yeah. This might be the last match, so let's try and end on a win. We'll see. Given the Dryad, we want to get the tap lands out of the way earlier. Free Strider would be getting in our hand, but with Dryad and leading into Dread Presence, we want to just like try and find more lands to put into play. See what's going on our opponent's side. Bit of a weird one. Ooh, Raffine's Tower. Let's have a look. See what's going on over here. Esper Control. Oh gosh. Get Lost, Vanishing Verse. These things are all very good. Even the Drown. Drown. Even pretty good here. I guess we take the Verse away. But we actually... we'll leave this on top. And partly because I don't want to put the third card in our graveyard for this Ground of the Lock, honestly. So we will go... Doesn't really matter which way around. We'll go Urborg, Dryad, Swamp, and then this will maybe get losted. I'm kind of okay with that. Let me see what we draw into. This Casualties of War might also do work. They seem to be a little behind. So we've got a bit ahead on mana here. We have 3 cards in the graveyard. Dread Presence here. We'll shock the Overgrown team. Get to choose to draw a card, lose a life. And we'll explore. Races. Okay, so tricky one again. This Drown currently does not kill this, but would do if we put Fatal Push in the graveyard. I don't leave the Fatal Push on top, which is just kind of nullifying the Drown a little bit. This turn, I will go ahead and explore again. I'd like to hit a land here. We do, which is nice. We get to play a swamp. We use that swamp with the Dread Presence. See, now we're popping off. Draw a card. We drew second Dread Presence. This one, we maybe want to be wary of a Ratha. I'll attack with this. Please no Wandering Emperor. We've not drawn into one. And then we have a decision here. Do we sit with the... I think I would rather play this Dark Petition and kind of get the balls rolling rather than just give them a window to freely cast this Memory Deluge. So I'm going to Dark Petition here. They are going to Delusion Response, which is fair enough. We could even go get like a Go Blank, could be really annoying. 2 cards, but I think setting things up a little bit be fine. And we now have the cards in the graveyard for them to drown and lock this. We've got quite a lot out of it, and if they spend the time to do this in the main phase, I'm kind of happy with that. They're a bit behind on mana. We're going to hopefully punish them a little bit more on that with the Casualties of War, and we'll see how things go. Okay. I don't just want to face up the because we're only getting we're getting a few cards back here with the Seasons Past. We want to kind of work some stuff before that happens. I do really just wait. I'm gonna be to combat. Attack with the Dread Presence. They have 5 unknown cards. Would like to draw a Thought Teaser Address before we try and cast this, but it was like an opportune time to cast it, get it now, and see what's up. They're gonna drown. Okay. I don't just want to run out Dread Presence again. I will try a Dryad. And then pass. Ooh. Okay. What else they got? Okay, Deduce, sure. I'm always curious which configuration of draw spells and things. We have Bitter Triumph for something like a Teferi. We haven't seen what their real win conditions are yet, but we have to kind of assume that it's probably Teferi type stuff. Draw. We hit land, so I'm gonna go ahead and cast the Dread Presence. Also, numbers on things like Drown in the Lock, Vanishing versus Get Lost. These are splitting space with each other probably. They're not playing a Yorion build. Okay. That's a feels bad because we have the land, but obviously sequencing this way is correct because if they don't have this, but we do still want to put the land into play. Go to combat. We've got 3 mana. Yeah, we're fine for this. They'll probably sacrifice the clue. I mean, if we ever get to Casualties of War the clue away in a land, we're absolutely doing that if they're tapped out, but we're not going to get many opportunities for it, I don't think. Alright. One really cool thing about Deduce in Esper specifically, or even in Blue-Black, is that it enables Fatal Push, which is really, really nice. Okay, now they're pretty caught up on lands. Push a little head on things in play. Drawing more Fatal Pushes is not really what I'm about, if possible. Dryad comes in, down to 12. The most important thing for us is not getting the Caesar's Pass just exiled. But I don't see myself wanting to cast a 6 mana Stone Rain. I'm gonna say go. So Memory Deluge. The downside. If they have no answer in they're 4 cards they had. Okay. Green's Tower Cycle as well. Let's see. We can put together. Okay, Narset's interesting. Narset gives us some stuff to fight over. I'll choose to pay life here. We're trying to bait out a counter spell. We don't necessarily want this bit of trying to resolve. It does though. They're not happy to. They're not really happy to us to resolve this. They don't. Also, they also don't know we have it. To say. Okay, Wandering Emperor. Oh, is the plan to tap out for Wandering Emperor here? Get this now. Okay. We're gonna do this. The problem is they get to do it on our end step. Oh, I feel so bad about it. No, I should have attacked. Okay. End turn. We have Wonder presence left in the deck that this is relevant for. Next time we would play it. If they wanna, they're not Ottawara here. Okay. Crazy. I'm gonna try and reset clear the board. Okay. The fairy. I'm really regretting this. It's in that 2 lands. Sage using the. I'll play the field passage out. They'll have some counter spell for this. We can't really allow this for too long. They have to have something, right? Castle, Planeswalker. This is just like, hey, any of your counter spells. Alright, they have a veto, sure. There's not a lot we can do here. At least if we had played the land before, like going play Visage cast this. We know they have the Wandering Emperor still floating around. But now we're kind of in the thick of it. We kind of run into the same problem as the blue-white where we just kind of drew too many Fatal Pushes. Well. Alright. This is cheeky. But let's them use their mana. They could also like use this time to deploy Wandering Emperor, but they have to double activate here. Okay. Cast Trap Presence. See what they have. Have we seen any hard counter spells? Like Drown in the Lot kind of counts. Dryad. I'm gonna play this. They're just so far ahead on cards. Alright. Vanishing Verse. Yeah. There is -8. Trying to think if there's another way we could have. Yo, I love JVP, but kind of wild. Let's try and kill as a response. See what happens here if they try and protect it or not. They don't know what the last card is. They don't know what we cheated for. For all they know, we could have cheated for. Oh, that's funny. Okay, there's the test of talents. This basically this would counter it and does like a surgical type effect. They are gonna see all our cards.
We need to move quickly.
Let's see if we can resolve a Season's Past here. This is gonna be a wild time. They get to untap some lands, which is important. Try and cast this. Alright, you got 2 unknown cards. Is one of them a counter spell for Season's Past? Okay. The 1 mana card should be a Duress. The 2 mana card should be a Bit of Triumph. The 3 mana card should be a Free Strider Lookout. The 4 mana card should be a Dread Presence. The 5 mana card, the 6 mana card. Submit 6. Okay, brilliant. Let's cast the Duress for starters. This Free Strider Lookout might be getting discarded. Oh, for goodness sake. Alright, we take the back up to Fairy. It's fine. A Bit of Triumph here, choosing to discard a card, because our life total is a bit of danger. Try and kill this now. To do that, I'm going to discard the Free Strider Lookout. This should get a consider response, really. But if they cast a Consider, they're passing up on... Well, I guess they're not actually, still have 7. They do get to Memory Deluge. Okay, that resolves. I'm going to hold this because it triggers the Dread Presence in hand. And then they get to Flashback Deluge. Okay, now we get to see what's going on here. I think one interesting thing is if they don't get a counter spell, we have access to Dread Presence, Dark Petition for Scapeshift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We need 10 mana. I kind of want to play this and try. We can also survey or maybe try and find one. We'll put this in the graveyard. They know that we have casualties. That's a shot Typhoon. Oh, we drew it. What are the odds? Really? Three mana. We see a Consider. That'll make a shock. Please, one-time dealer. They have 3 steps? No! Okay. All is not lost. But it is awkward. 3 cards in hand. Memory Deluge in the graveyard. Let's sacrifice Fable Passage. We get the forest, as it is also a swamp. But the 2 damage to target, gain life. Ooh. Oh, hang on. 5 mana, get back 3, and then 6. Wait, 8 mana plus Scapeshift. That's 12. 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's not enough. I'm gonna duress. Let's see what we got here. We know they know that we've got an answer to the Shark Typhoon. Creature, enchantment, castle for the land. They have Memory Deluge. That's the one thing about this. Well, if this game ain't interesting. We need to miss so badly. We've gone through a Narset, a JVP, Teferi, Wandering Emperor. Alright, what we got? Do we find a counterspell? It sounds like it. Or they're holding priority to cycle at Rafine's Tower. I would love to have the Shark Typhoon off the battlefield. They have Cling to Dusts. Exile, Scapeshift. Sure, they are at 12. We do not need Scapeshift to kill them. They have a removal spell for the Dread Presence. That's annoying. We're on 12. They've got 6 power creatures. Let's see how this works out. Let's cast this. We have a counter spell for Dark Petition. If they do, we are in grave danger. Okay, they don't. So we can go for Seasons Past here. We have this Extinction event, but we also have a Bloodchief's Thirst. This leaves us 2 mana open. Just kill like 2 tokens. If they have like a... Okay, they should have maybe done this first, but... If they drew into the counterspell here, that's rough because we don't have a great way to get that back. But we can first the big token. I think all the... Wandering Emperor. That puts us to 1. We had 3 really sweet games here. Very close to winning with the Scapeshift Combo. So we'll take it on the chin. This will be... I'm running it. Okay, we get to end drawing our land, which we can't pay for. So that'll be GG. Well. It's been a while since I've posted a video with only losses, I think. But yeah, here we are. I think these 3 matches are super sweet, and I'm unfortunately out of recording time. It is way too late here at the moment. But I will say, if you want to see me play this deck, maybe in best of 3, let me know in the comments, and I will try and do a run back video in a week or two's time. Because the deck is super sweet, so much fun to play, but can be long and grueling. Has a lot of options. This is a deck with like infinite space to tinker, so please let me know your ideas in the comments below. I need to mess around with this, go back to the drawing board a little bit. There's a ton of stuff going on. Some of the numbers I think are definitely like could do with tweaking. Maybe you want to go down to 26 lands. We got flooded out in a couple of games. Like the Scrabbling Claws are also kind of like a little loose. Maybe we need to rely on either go heavier on the crime stuff, or like cut the Scrabbling Claws but keep the Free Striders as kind of like fair things to do. Similar, the Dryads don't offer loads. Maybe we want some other kind of ramp alternative. There's a lot of different options to play around with. And as I mentioned, there's also let me know if you want to see best of 3, but also if you want to see the like sorcery only like lesson build that plays the companion. There's a companion that like when it's in play, you're like you pick a type. Umori the Collector. Each non-land card in your starting deck shares a card type. Is the kind of is the requirement, but then spells you cast the chosen type cost 1 less. So once you kind of ran your opponent out of resources with like dresses and like card disruption, you can be like, oh, I'm gonna like Dark Petition and Seasons Past you, but for like 1 mana less and stuff. It's a little out there. It does play some really sweet stuff, but hey, it's another thing that I've messed around with before. So let me know if you want to see some of that, because that is also really sweet. But again, infinite options, infinite like bits of tweaking and stuff, and best of 3 even opens up to some more stuff as well. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. I know we lost 3 games. The deck is so sweet and so much fun to play as well. If you have the cards, I definitely recommend it. It does have some like weird niche crafting things where like you might not use some of these other places, but I think it's worth it. This in the description on Moxfield. I know I didn't go through the full mana base here, but there's nothing super exciting. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do like, subscribe, please do share that around, all that kind of good stuff. And yeah, again, if you made it to the end of the video, then let me know what you think, and if you want to see some more of this stuff. But yeah, cool. Have a great day. Again, thanks for watching. Peace out.